Hello students. Today we discuss a new article and name of this article is harmonics and overtones. Now we study this. Harmonics and overtones. Right? Now when we heard different types of sounds, at that time these sounds consist of harmonics as well as overtones. Right? Now today we discuss what is the difference between harmonics and overtones. Harmonics and overtones. Right? First we consider now one string. Right? Now when this string is plucked, at that time it vibrates, and after vibration of this string it produces number of loops. Now in this case the number of loop is 1. Now when anybody start vibrating, at that time the lowest frequency or the fundamental frequency of this vibrating body is known as fundamental is known as fundamental frequency is known as a fundamental frequency. Now this fundamental frequency is denoted by n. Right? Now suppose this is one string, and when the string is vibrated, at that time the string vibrates with its fundamental frequency. It is also known as the natural frequency. It is also known as the natural frequency. Okay. Therefore, when anybody start vibrating, at that time it vibrates its natural frequency, and this natural frequency is known as the fundamental frequency. Therefore, this natural frequency or the lowest frequency is also called as the lowest frequency. How we define this fundamental frequency? The minimum frequency or the lowest frequency of any vibrating body is known as fundamental frequency or natural frequency of that body, right? And this natural frequency or fundamental frequency is always denoted by n, right? Now in this case, when only one loop is formed, at that time the number of loops are 1. Number of loops are 1. At that time its fundamental frequency is 1. Its fundamental frequency is 1. Now again same loop is there. Sorry, same length of string is there. Now instead of one loop, now when it produces two loops, therefore number of loops are 2, therefore its frequency n is 2. Now when the number of loops goes on increasing, at that time the frequency goes on increasing, right? Therefore we know that there is one relation between n and lambda. What is the relation? The product n lambda is always constant. This product n lambda is always constant. Means when frequency increases, wavelength decreases, right? Now this number of loops related with frequency, and frequency is related with wavelength. When number of loops goes on increasing, frequency increases. And as soon as this frequency increases, wavelength decreases. Now this is the relation between frequency and wavelength, right? Therefore, when any body which vibrates with its natural frequency, at that time this natural frequency is the lowest frequency and is denoted by n. Now we have to use here fundamental frequency, and this fundamental frequency is denoted by n. Okay. Now first, now we consider suppose a one body, and this body whose fundamental frequency is n. Therefore we consider n is fundamental frequency. N is fundamental frequency, right? Now when this n is multiplied by 1, means n is multiplied by n, right? Now in this case 1 is the integral multiple. 1 is the integral multiple of n, right? What is n? 1 is the integral multiple of n, right? Therefore, 1, when 1 is the integral multiple of 1 means n is multiplied by this 1. And where this 1 is nothing but it is the integral multiple of frequency. Integral multiple of frequency. Now, this integral multiple of fundamental frequency is always called as harmonics. Is always called as harmonics. Therefore, we define these harmonics, right? Therefore, when we consider 1n, 2n, 3n, 4n, and so on. Therefore, 1n, 2n, 3n, 4n, these are harmonics in that sound. These are the harmonics in that sound. Therefore, what is harmonic? The integral multiples of fundamental frequency are called as harmonics. Therefore, 1n is the first harmonic, 2n is the second harmonic, 3n is the third harmonic, 4n is the fourth harmonic, right? Therefore, we consider here 1n is the first harmonic, 2n is the second harmonic, and so on, right? In this way, when sound is there, sound is produced at that time, it produces number of harmonics, first harmonic, second harmonic, and so on, right? Now always remember that this, when this n means fundamental frequency whose integral multiple is 1, at that time it is nothing but it is the fundamental frequency. Therefore, this first harmonic is also called as, it is nothing but it is the fundamental frequency, right? Therefore, always remember that first harmonic is a fundamental frequency. First harmonic is a fundamental frequency. Now, in this way, these are known as harmonics. Now, these all harmonics are present: 1n, 2n, 3n, 4n, and so on, right? Now, instead of this, now when we consider another part, now we consider different frequencies. Suppose one frequency is 100 hertz. Therefore, n means fundamental frequency is 100 hertz. Now, 100 hertz is the fundamental frequency. Fundamental frequency. Therefore, this 1n is the first harmonic. It is the first harmonic. Now we consider 110 hertz, 200 hertz. Now 200 hertz, then 250 hertz, then 400 hertz, then 500 hertz, then 520 hertz, etc. Right? Now this way we consider different frequencies. Therefore, the minimum frequency or the lowest frequency when this body vibrates, now this frequency is nothing but it is n, and n is nothing but it is the fundamental frequency. Always remember that the fundamental frequency is always the first harmonic. Fundamental frequency of a given body is always the first harmonic, right? Now, again, when we consider this another frequency 110, now suppose this, when this fundamental frequency is multiplied by 1, at that time it gives us the first harmonic. But when it is multiplied by n, it gives us the second harmonic. Now when 2 is multiplied by n means 2 into 100, now it is 200. Therefore this 200 is nothing but 2n. It is nothing but 2n. Now 2n is known as second harmonic. 2n is known as a second harmonic. Now again this, now it is 4 into n. 4 into n. Now 4 into n is a fourth harmonic. Is a fourth harmonic. Now again 500, 5n. Now it is the fifth harmonic. It is the fifth harmonic, right? In this way, when any body which vibrates it its lowest frequency or minimum frequency, suppose in this case the minimum frequency is 100 hertz Therefore, this 100 hertz is known as a fundamental frequency, and fundamental frequency of any body is always known as a first harmonic. It is always known as a first harmonic. At that time, the integral multiple of this fundamental frequency is 1. Therefore, this first fundamental frequency is known as a first harmonic. Now, in this case, now 200 is there. Now, 200 is when 2 is multiplied by this fundamental frequency, it gives us 200. Therefore, 200 is known as the second harmonic. This is the fourth harmonic. This is the fifth harmonic. In this way, when sound wave travels, at that time, it consists of number of harmonics. It consists of number of harmonics, right? Now, when we consider first harmonic is always the fundamental frequency, right? But when we observe that when any sound wave which is traveling through that medium, at that time first harmonic is present, second harmonic is present, but third harmonic is absent. When we observe this, third harmonic is absent, fourth is present, fifth is present. Therefore, when you observe these harmonics, now all harmonics may or may not be present. All harmonics may or may not be present. Now, at that time, we observe that third harmonic is absent. Third harmonic is absent. Therefore, we say that all harmonics may or may not be present. Right? Now, first harmonic is always the fundamental frequency. Right? Now these are the harmonics. Right? Now, come to the other part. Now we know that the minimum frequency or the lowest frequency of vibrating body is known as a fundamental frequency. Now, when we neglect this fundamental frequency and instead of this fundamental frequency, when we consider all other frequencies, now these frequencies are called as overtones. How we define these overtones? Now this fundamental frequency is neglected, right? Now all higher frequencies other than fundamental frequencies are called as overtones, right? All higher frequencies other than fundamental frequencies are called as overtones. Now, therefore, these are the overtone. Therefore, 110 is overtone. Now, 200 is overtone, 250 overtone, 400 is overtone, 500 is overtone, 520 is overtone, and so on. Right? Therefore, we observe that all higher frequencies other than fundamental frequencies are called as overtones. Now, we know that in this case, when we neglect this fundamental frequency, we observe that overtones are present. We consider here all overtones are present. But when we observe this, now all harmonics may or may not be present. Some harmonics may be absent. Again, we observe that in case of harmonic, now fundamental frequency is always a first harmonic. But when we observe this at the overtones, at that time we observe that now fundamental frequency is not a overtone. Right? Now, again we observe that now when we consider different harmonics, at that time we observe that now every harmonic is a overtone. Now this is overtone. This is overtone. But when we observe these overtones, all overtones are not harmonics. Therefore, we write here every overtones are not harmonic. Right? In this way, we discuss harmonics and overtones. Now, in short, we distinguish between harmonics and overtones. Now, the question is always asked, explain harmonics and overtones. Or the other question is always asked, distinguish between harmonics and overtones. Now we distinguish harmonics and overtones. Now the first point. Now we know that when the integral multiple, now we know that what is harmonics. Now the integral multiple of fundamental frequency is always called as harmonics. This is the first point. The integral multiples of fundamental frequency are called harmonics. Now at the same point, now right here overtones. What are overtones? Now we know that all higher frequencies which are greater than this fundamental frequency. Therefore we write here all higher frequencies which are greater than fundamental frequency are called overtones. What is the difference between them? The first point is the integral multiples of fundamental frequency are called harmonics. At the same time, all higher frequencies which are greater than fundamental frequency are called overtones. Now this is the first point for this distinction. Second, now we know that some harmonics may or may not be present. Some harmonics may or may not be present. Means when we consider sound wave, some harmonics are present or some harmonics may be absent. Therefore, some harmonics may or may not be present. Now, in the second point, when we compare it with overtones, now we observe that all overtones are present. All overtones are always present. All overtones are always present. Now this is the second point of distinguishing. Third, now fundamental frequency is always a harmonic. But when we consider that fundamental frequency is not a overtone. Now this is the third point. Fundamental frequency is a harmonic. But in case of overtone, fundamental frequency is not a overtone. Means fundamental frequency is a harmonic, but fundamental frequency is not a overtone. And the last point is every harmonic is a overtone. But when we compare it with overtones, now observe that every overtone is not a harmonic. Therefore, we observe that when we compare these harmonics and overtones, we compare that the integral multiples of fundamental frequency are called as harmonics. But at the same time, all higher frequencies which are greater than fundamental frequency are called overtones. Now, some harmonics may or may not be present, but all overtones are always present. Fundamental frequency is a harmonic, but fundamental frequency is not a overtone. And the last is every harmonic is a overtone, but every overtone is not a harmonic. In this way, we discuss the difference between harmonics and overtones. Now the next article is free vibrations and forced vibrations. Now we discuss the another article, free vibrations and forced vibrations. Free vibrations and forced vibrations. Both are vibrations, but some vibrations are called as free vibrations. At the same time, some vibrations are called as forced vibrations. Right? Now, what do you think? Suppose we consider one example. Now, a rigid support is taken, one string is taken, and the string is fixed. One end of string is fixed with the help of rigid support, and the other end is free. At the free end, a spherical bob or a pendulum is fixed or attached. Now this pendulum is initially at rest, means it is at its mean position. Okay. Now when this pendulum is pulled or displaced from its mean position, suppose it is placed at this extreme position. It is displaced at this extreme position. At that time, this is the amplitude, right? Now when this pendulum is displaced from its mean position up to this extreme position, and when it is released, at that time pendulum moves to its mean position, again vibrates towards another extreme position, and it vibrates in to and fro motion. It vibrates in to and fro motion, means it performs vibrations or it performs oscillations. It performs oscillation. But initially, when it is released, at that time, no external force is applied on that pendulum. No external force is applied on that pendulum. But even then, this pendulum move in to and fro motion, means the pendulum vibrates. Pendulum vibrates from its mean position, right? In to and fro motion. Now, such vibrations where external force is not applied to that body, even then this body vibrates. Even then this body vibrates. Now such vibrations are free vibrations. Such vibrations are known as free vibration, right? Now in this free vibration, the frequency of this free vibration is always equal to the natural frequency of a given body or the fundamental frequency of a given body. Now in another case, now a magnetic field is produced, and in between this magnetic field now there is one body is placed, and when some magnetic field is produced and due to this magnetic effect, now this body start rotating. This body start rotating, means when this body start vibrates, and this body vibrates not due to its natural frequency, but this body vibrates due to this action of this external periodic force. Now when this some external periodic force is applied on any body, and due to action of this external periodic force, when this body vibrates, at that time such type of vibrations of that body are called as force vibration, right? Again remember that. In case of force vibration, the frequency of vibration is always equal to the vibration to the frequency of external periodic force. Now, the frequency of this vibration is always equal to the external periodic force, right? Now, when we consider this force free vibrations, in free vibrations, as soon as time increases, at that time the amplitude goes on decreases. Amplitude goes on decreases. But in this case, now in this force vibration, what happens? Now when time increases, even then, as this external periodic force remains constant, at that time the amplitude of vibrations also remains constant. Amplitude of vibration also remains constant, right? Now in this way, this is the difference between them in free vibrations and force vibration. Again remember that these free vibrations are due to the free vibration. Due to the free vibration means it is according to the frequency of natural frequency or fundamental frequency of this body, right? Now we distinguish between free vibrations and force vibrations. Free vibration and forced vibrations. Free vibration and forced vibration. Now we consider the first point. Now we know that when a body is displaced, from its mean position and it is released, it performs free vibrations. First point, when a body is displaced from its mean position and release it performs free vibrations. Right. Now this is the first point for this free vibration. Right. First point for this another forced vibrations. Now when a body is made to vibrate by external periodic force, it performs forced vibrations. Now second point, now we know that this body which gives us the free vibrations, now these free vibrations are always due to or equal to the natural frequency or fundamental frequency. But frequency of vibration of force vibration is always equal to the frequency of external periodic force. Now the second point, frequency of free vibrations is equal to the natural frequency of a body. Frequency of free vibrations is equal to the natural frequency of a body. But in forced vibrations, frequency of forced vibrations is equal to the external frequency of external periodic force. It is equal to the frequency of external periodic force. Third point, now for free vibrations no external force is required. For free vibrations no external force is required, but at the same time for forced vibrations now we observe that now some external force is required. Now the third point, external force is not required. Now third, external force is required. Means for free vibrations external force is not required, but forced vibrations external force is required. Number 4, now we know that during free vibrations what happens, amplitude of vibration decreases with time. Therefore amplitude of vibration decreases with time, right? But what happens now in this case, the frequency of vibrating body which is performed due to the action of external periodic force. Now when external periodic force is continuous, at that time there is no change in amplitude. Therefore we write here next point, amplitude of vibration always always remains constant, always remains constant. Number 5, examples. Now the example of free vibration is oscillating pendulum, oscillating pendulum. And in case of free vibration or forced vibration, now we consider a drill machine, or washing machine, or etc. Now all musical instruments like violin, sitar, tanpura, etc. All these are the examples of forced vibration, and oscillating pendulum is the example of free vibration. In this way, today we discuss now free vibrations and forced vibration, harmonics and overtones. Right now, write down the assignment. First question: explain harmonics and overtones. Harmonics and overtone. Second, distinguish between harmonics and overtones. Harmonics and overtones. Third question: explain free vibrations. Explain free vibrations and forced vibrations. And the last, distinguish between free vibrations and forced vibrations. Free vibrations and forced vibrations. Now, these assignments are most important. It is always asked in all exams. It may be harmonics or overtones or free vibrations and forced vibrations. Right? Now, in this way, today we discuss harmonics and overtones, free vibrations and forced vibrations. Okay? Now we stop here.